Hi, this is Cheryl again. We're back for part 5 of the Dare2bArtzy Backpack video class. We're getting ready to put the lid on our box here, or on our backpack. First thing we want to do is to put this tab on so that we have that kind of centered where it should be. So I'm going to grab my centering ruler again. If you haven't used these before, they're great tools. You just got to get used to it. How do you even know where the center is? Well, you can kind of guess at it. One of the easiest ways of doing that is to just use a regular ruler and measure across and see what the measurement is across. Divide it by 2 and then try and put that measurement on either side, and you should be pretty close. Just look and make sure that your sides look like just about the same point on the ruler, and you're good to go. You don't have to be precise with it. If it's close enough, it's gonna be okay. So I've marked my center there. I'm gonna grab my tab. There's a front and a back to this. Again, it's black, it's hard to see, but there's some stitching that you'll see on the front side that you don't see on the back. This is a little bit over 1 inch wide. Again, you want to find a center on it and just give yourself a little mark. Marking on black is just a little bit of a problem. You don't want to leave anything too permanent, but kind of know where you're looking at. We can't put adhesive all over this piece. We want to put some adhesive on the back side of it though. We're going to stick around this bulb at the top because that's where it's going to stick. So I'm just going to cut 3 small pieces of score tape, and I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to lay those down right next to each other. And I'm on the back side of this tab again, so let's make sure we do that. We can go ahead and pull and expose the score tape. And then we're going to try and get the center of this to match our center point there. We want to be just below this bottom fold there. Again, precision, maybe not, but it's close enough. It's going to work just fine. It looks straight. It's kind of in the center. It's all good. So that's what your flap should be looking like right now. Again, because we're using matchy-matchy here, I'm going to tuck that flap inside because it adds nothing on the outside. If you're doing kind of a mix and match approach, it may be cute to have the little bit of the flap on the outside. So you decide where that goes. I'm going to grab my front and back here. Front is shorter than the back. That's how you can tell the difference. Otherwise, they're the same piece. Go ahead and pull the score tape liner. Oh, there's always that one piece. Now this, I just sort of give it a good fold and try to carefully line it up. Try to stay in camera so you can see what I'm doing. And you should line up like that. So you can start to see the box coming along. We're not going to do the decorative part of this tab quite yet. We will get to that as soon as we put the sides on the box, and that's our very next task. So we're going to go ahead and grab those sides. This little tab is always going to be toward the back. So that's how I know which side goes with which side of the box, because that tab has to be toward the back. This, to me, is the easy way of installing it. So just, again, be patient, hang with me. I think you'll be all right. We're going to pull the liner off the bottom piece only. You've got the box here, the box bottom. And so what I want to do is to line up this with the bottom and just go ahead and stick it down. Again, my tab needs to be pointing to the back, which it is there, and the long side pointing to the front. The curve should come around to the front. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. You should have had two opposite sides. So you'll have another one with a tab that's going to go to the back, this little guy. I'm just going to set it down. You just want to make sure you get it in the right position so you don't have to pull it up and do it again. And so that's where you should be right now, is a box that looks like this. Next thing we're going to do is pick a side. It doesn't matter which one. You're going to pull this little tab at the bottom, pull the liner on it. And these can be a little bit hard to grab onto, but you're in charge, you'll get it. And then go ahead and set it up like that, so that the back and the side are matching. This part is hanging out. It does not get tucked in. It does not get folded. Now I want to pull this long piece of score tape. And I probably should have trimmed that at the top, so I'm just going to fold that in. I'm going to kind of set it where it goes. Come on. Top and at the bottom. And this will happen sometimes where you have to physically remove them. You can see where I had a split, and I'm going to have to go back with some tape and tape up that side to avoid the hole. That's nothing you can really avoid, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm fighting and you can't see. But on the inside, I need tape to reinforce that. It's just a little bit over scored and the paper cracked on me. So we'll fix that with some tape and it'll be good as new. So my one side at the back is now attached. I can go down and just press everything into place and it's good to go. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So my little tab, I'm going to just lift this up. I'm going to put my little tab in place. It's catching on something, I don't know what here. And I'm going to stick that to the back. Then I'm going to go ahead and remove the liner from the longer part. And I'm going to go ahead and set this into place. I like to get the top and the base put together before I worry about getting everything in the middle stuck in. But it will work. You can see this side is just fine. It's not broken through at all. But that other side, again, I need to do some reinforcement. So what you would want to do if you have this breakthrough problem, before you even install this side, reinforce it, or if you've installed it, stop right now and go ahead and put the tape on to reinforce it. It'll be so hard to do once you put the fronts on. But I'm going to go ahead and put the fronts on. So the back is all set. Again, you've got nothing here. You don't have to have nothing here. That's just the hole that's in my side that I have to fix. Now I'm going to go and pick one of the sides, remove the liner, And I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to set this into place up front. I'm going to go up to the top and set it into place, and then I'm going to work at the middle. And everything should just line right up with no problem. And I've got a box on that side. Do the same thing here. This is the hardest side because everything else is stuck, but you're going to go ahead and pull your liner, match up the bottom, match up the top, and then go ahead and push into place all the way down the side. So at this point, you should have a box, quite a secure box, and it's looking real good. So go ahead and take those steps, and we'll come back and we'll add some straps and get this baby finished up. Thanks.